Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I am Rex.
I'm Daniel.
Ardbeg.
It's a great thing.
Well, we'll see. I reserve judgment.
I don't need to reserve judgment because I'm the one who already put down about that much of this bottle before we got to this.
I'm trying to build tension so that, will they like it or not?
Oh, okay, so there's a reason to come back.
Yeah.
This could be horrible. Here we go. Now this has been requested.
You just, before we started recording, you described me. What did you say?
I said, this may be my favorite Ardbeg I've ever tried.
No, me personally.
Oh.
And described him working with me. What word did you use for me? The
mooch?
Starts with a T.
I don't remember.
We're not continuing until you say it with your mouth.
I don't remember. What did I call you? The T's? No, I did say that you looked like you came off of a daytime soap opera.
You know, you said it's so difficult working with the...
Talent.
There you go.
Talent.
All right, continue.
That was like pulling teeth.
Continue.
All right, so...
I can tell you really felt it whenever you said it.
I know, I really did. Yeah.
It was 5 seconds later. I have no idea.
I don't even remember what you're talking about. Okay, so this was a special edition. Now, something I love, some people have a problem with about Ardbeg, is these days they're constantly releasing special edition whiskeys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're often no age statement.
Why would people have a problem with that?
Because they sometimes feel like they're just rushing to get things to market to make money.
Oh, how dare they?
Who knew a distillery might want to make money?
Especially when something has to sit in a barrel for the better part of a decade.
Who knew that a distillery actually cared more about making money than sometimes being the perfect art form?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, when it's your, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
We're going to release some Now, I think that Ardbeg has done an amazing job because what they do is they do committee releases, which is they'll work on this one we're going to release and it's like this.
Right.
Corey Vrecken. This one we're going to release and it's like this.
Sure.
That Abna, whatever that special new one is.
Just making noises now.
Dark Cove. I'm going to let you experience this in silence.
Fine.
It's that good.
I've never had an Ardbeg that I dislike.
This is maybe the darkest, smoothest, sweet yet smoky Ardbeg you've ever had in your life. It's bourbon cask and sherry cask.
Are you describing this to me? Are you telling me what I should be experiencing?
Yes. You're going to fall in love with this one. Now, normally I like the write-up on Ardbeg. I think this one had about 40% too many words, but I like what they said in the end. Take this whiskey and hide it well, for this is Ardbeg's darkest spirit ever.
Huh. So that means, like, the darkness, is that just
sherry?
Sherry, not aged a super long time. It's just
sherry barrels, I think.
Okay.
Dark sherry casks, they say.
It smells
So for me, I'll tell you, when I first tried this,
smoky, briny, grassy.
I just instantly fell in love. But every sip I take, I can't decide which thing I'm tasting. One sip, I'm like, oh, it's sweet. And then a second later, I think, no, but it's sort of salty and briny. And then a second later, I think, oh, but no, it's got some toffee. And then a second later, I'm like, oh, but there's some grass and earth notes. Oh, there's some plum, some dark plum. Oh, no, wait, no, we're back to the smoke again. To me, this whiskey is a non-stop color change.
No, it totally is.
You remember those things you used to have when you were a kid? You put up to the light and you twist it?
Kaleidoscope.
And it just, to me, this is a kaleidoscope whiskey.
It starts out for me as a really smoky brisket, immediately followed by some sweetness, some sugary
instantly,
sweetness.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
But then it ends bitter. The aftertaste is the aftertaste, I'm 10 seconds in, that aftertaste is still there and strong and not giving up.
I really like whiskeys that change it up moment by moment.
It's still there. It's still lingering.
No, that's fun.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm a huge fan.
No, you're into this thing like 15 seconds and it's changing and evolving and turning into something new and different. This is
oil.
This is smoky, peaty, challenging whiskey. Not if you're not wanting to jump in. This is Lafroig territory.
My mouth's going numb now. My tongue is like sort of numbed a little bit.
Put some pit viper.
Well, I let it sit on my tongue before I swallowed it.
Pit viper venom.
If you're looking for the sweetness in this whiskey, it's in the middle. It's like having a smoky, earthy, and slightly grass bitter shell.
Yeah.
And in the middle, it's unbelievably raisin and cherry plum sweet. But as you journey through, you come back out the other side, the sweetness hangs back.
Right.
And so you start, bam, and then it's like, oh, that's really sweet. And then, bing, it goes away and it leaves you.
This is the kind of whiskey that, if somebody isn't used to really bitter, strong, loud flavors,
they're not going to get
They're not going to get the raisiny, plummy fruitiness.
It'll only
at all.
be the shell they'll experience.
They're just going to get the campfire.
Now, but this, I guarantee you, is a whiskey that if you pour a full glass and sit with this for an hour, it will change every 10 minutes. It'll be a different whiskey.
John C. I've always wondered what this was like. Did you know they put pineapple in this? They did not put pineapple in this. Holy shit, they did not put pineapple.
Oh, yeah, the Paniolo.
I think the distilling company is known to make pineapple-based vodka.
Yes, who's that? John C?
John C. On the
John
ball,
C.
man.
Very insightful.
Like,
as a matter of fact,
I think you're the only guy who got that.
I think he's the only guy who realized that distillery didn't put pineapple in it. They were distilling pineapple into a vodka-like clear spirit.
Right.
And then adding that to the whiskey. I just wish other viewers were as insightful as John C.
When I think John C. and John C. only,
Yeah.
I think steel trap.
Yeah, that guy knows.
Get nothing by him.
That guy knows his Paniolo.
Right. Not Brad Whittington.
Who? Sorry, John C., that you had to be the perfect setup.
John C.'s like, what's happening?
To slam Brad Whittington.
Travis Souders. Hey guys, I live in Missouri and went on vacation. While there, I made the whole family visit a distillery with intentions of grabbing a couple of bottles of a single malt they're making and sending you one. Good intentions. Good intentions. I encourage those intentions. When I tried it and took the tour, I did us all a favor and passed. The lady giving the tour told me it was a barley corn mix. When I questioned why they had malt on the bottle, inferring a single malt, she had a puzzled look on her face and responded, "It's a bourbon-style single malt. I'll find something soon to send."
Yeah, so I've had to research this, and I think I've discovered... So there's two things about this. First, to call something a bourbon single malt, or a single malt bourbon...
Right.
It seems like it makes no sense.
Right.
Right?
Because a single malt means, and a bourbon means.
Yeah, well, and a bourbon would be at least 51% corn, and we're talking about grains. And a single malt usually refers to 100% barley.
Yeah.
So how could you have a single malt bourbon? In theory, those would contradict each other.
Yeah.
Right? So there's two things happening here. The first is, I only know of a few people, craft people, who are even thinking about saying that. None of the big guys are doing that, right? That I know of right now. Here's what I think is happening. America doesn't have any laws regulating the use of single malt as a label.
Right.
Right. Scotland, you can't put a single malt as a regulated category. In America, there is no single malt category.
Let's make a single malt moonshine.
Okay, so yeah, so you could in America. Yeah. Now, right now, as we speak, there's an entire consortium of craft distillers who are lobbying Congress to get them to establish a single malt, American single malt category.
Yeah.
On that day, those people will no longer be able to use the name single malt bourbon.
Well, honestly,
if that ever happens.
So as much as I detest compliance and regulation,
it is very confusing.
And red tape and all that bullshit, I do appreciate having some rules that define what single malt is, because there's a lot of people out there who are tangentially connected and aware of whiskey that they equate single malt with
consumer confusion. And that's the exact argument being made by the people lobbying. Now, I hope they win, but and they make it happen. Here's what I think they're doing. What I think is happening is they are saying we are malting all the grains instead of just the barley. We're malting the corn and we're malting the barley. Because very often it's just a corn and then a malted barley. But if they're malting all the grains involved, then there's some distilleries that are like, well, we're going to call this a single location malted bourbon. If that makes sense.
I'm getting primarily...
I'm sort of guessing.
Iodine and grass notes on here. Andreas Reitzel.
Oh, this just keeps getting better.
Whiskey Viking.
Oh, the Whiskey Viking!
So when you say biscuits, do you mean American biscuits, like biscuits and gravy, or European biscuits?
Yes.
Like digestive.
Like digest is like shortbread
because he's profoundly...
cookies.
No, it's...
Or with a little bit of ginger, maybe.
No, we've been referring to biscuits for almost 200 episodes.
Yeah, and I always meant
No.
shortbread cookies, English biscuits.
No.
Not American biscuits.
It's American biscuits.
No.
It's American biscuits with just the slightest touch of honey or syrup, just to give it a little sweetness.
No.
That bready, biscuity vibe.
So wrong.
You're talking about a cookie.
Yeah.
Say cookie.
Butterscotch, no, biscuit.
What the
It's English.
You're American.
But my name is English.
So go back and watch old reviews. Every review that he talks about biscuits, this asshat meant cookie.
Yeah.
Because my biscuit is the right biscuit.
Nope.
Where were you born?
Cookies.
Where were you born?
Waco, Texas.
Yeah, how far is that from England?
It's Eastern London.
You giant...
Western London.
You giant unwashed...
It's part of West London called Waco, Texas.
You're wrong, man.
it's
so
totally
wrong.
butter. It's totally butter biscuits.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the comments, biscuits. What does biscuit mean to you? When you say biscuit,
Here's the thing, though. All we gotta do is
do
look
you
at...
mean cookie or do you mean biscuit?
Yeah. All we gotta do is look at the spread of our viewers, and if it were dominant viewers in America, you're gonna win this.
Fine.
It's all stacked in your favor.
Fine.
I need all of my people to double comment to make up for the head count of non-English and non-UK people on this channel.
It's on you, pretentious biscuity.
You went very English there. Well done. Yeah.
Right. Oh. I made it. You know why? Because I'm f***ing right about the biscuits.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did. It's right.
No. Now look, see, it's right there.
You're ruining this Ardbeg Dark Cove for me.
So
it was such delightful.
I'm not going to share this Ardbeg.
Delightful whiskey. All right, I'll
about
just
it.
get something behind you.
Yeah. Okay, remember to pick your 5 most recommended and easily accessible whiskeys.
Yes.
That we can hopefully all drink together on Saturday, September 16th at 1 p.m. Central Standard North American time.
5 big whiskey brands worth trying.
Mm-hmm.
Show up for the live stream.
All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink,
no,
drink with me.
Oh.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.